So how's it going, guys? I'm here with your SmackDown review, and I don't even know if I enjoyed this show better than Raw. I will say this, it took less time to watch. I've used that excuse in the past. Can you believe, though, seriously, they're in the Thunderdome, there's no real audience, and we're still doing 3-hour shows on Raw. So when you've got SmackDown, especially watching this online, it flies by like that, which it means so much more to a show when it doesn't feel as dragged out. Now, it does feel like it takes a bit more time than it should, considering that there's a lot of parts that are not good and not entertaining and just completely fucking suck. And there was plenty of that, and we're going to be getting to that. Now, there's a lot of good talent on this show. I've said this for a long time here. I think that's what people misconstrue. They say that there's a really bad roster, and I don't believe that is true. And I think I emphasize it every week. I say when a lot of guys suck, and that I don't like them, and I don't think that they have it on the mic, or I don't really think they're that great as people say they are in the ring. But most of the time I usually offer up suggestions of why I think that they're not doing well and that they deserve more. I've said this about so many people on the roster, from Baron Corbin to Elias to countless others that should be held in higher esteem, such as Jeff Hardy and others, But that's the biggest problem here. So we started off the show with Sasha and Carmella's contract signing. Of course, there's Scrap Iron Adam Pearce in the ring. He's like this weird, like he's sort of like the authority figure and kinda not. He only shows up once in a while. He was there on Raw until he got bullied by Strowman, but now Strowman is not there anymore, so I don't even know what happened to Strowman. Did he get injured? I didn't really even see anything on that. I didn't really go looking for the information, but this guy is like, he's not really the official like GM or anything like that. He's sort of just the authority figure that Vince McMahon told him to go out there and do the contract signing for the Roman Reigns match one night, and just all of a sudden he just started showing up. Before that, he was just an agent. He was just a guy that would like be in the back when they break up fights and brawls. That's all that he was. But now here he is, for a contract signing. And then you've got Carmella is backstage. She pops on the Titantron. Sasha's in the ring. She has her own custom-made stamp, that's all blinged out, and you're that into contract signings, you're that into the contract signing that you had to go out to the store and buy yourself a stamp. I get it, like we're gonna try to get the contract signing over. I guess you could say that shows effort, but she has a custom made stamper. Just use a pen. Even Stone Cold during a contract signing would use a pen. Honestly, like, that just came across like I was like, what is that sitting on the table? And then I see it is actually a stamp. So, Carmella won't come out there. Instead, they're going to wrestle tonight. And so we have a main event. And, of course, Adam Pearce makes the match official. So all of a sudden we go from just wrestlers being able to make their own matches, and now all of a sudden there's an authority figure installed like out of nowhere. Okay, it's better late than never, but this guy is like not really present. I don't know, he feels like a ghost. I felt like even the anonymous general manager on Raw, the damn computer, had more of a presence than Adam Pearce. He's like, I'm just happy to be here, guys. He's there, but he's not. And I don't get why that is, but tell me that you don't feel it either. And, I was looking at this because I was watching clips, and when you watch them on YouTube, they're kind of like out of order. So to get some perspective, when I went and I saw some interviews, because there's like a lot of like backstage interviews that they don't even show you on WWE's YouTube. So I wanted to be as complete as possible without having to be tortured by watching the full thing constantly. I mean, I guess I could do that and fast forward, but it's a pain in the neck, and all these other sites where you stream it have all the ads all over it. So like, I'm not even going to get into all that. And I'm not going to sit there, for 2 hours watching it on my TV Friday night, and sitting there through the commercials. That would take forever. So I read, I don't really read it, but I look at Wade Keller's review just so I could see what order everything happened in. And I was very surprised that me and Keller actually agreed on Sasha Banks' body language. I was very surprised this coming from Keller. He said that, like, she looks kind of like a CGI video game character. The way how she's moving her head, these bobs and swivels, it's very unrealistic. It's like she's attempting to have a personality, but she doesn't really have one. And I'm like astounded that he actually analyzed this and saw this, because usually Wade Keller, 99.9% of the time, pretty high percentage I'd say, is way off the mark. And he's all for like, sportsman competition. This guy is a total, mark for AEW. He says that AEW is astounding. He said that the Sting and Cody thing was a beautiful piece of business. Cody Rhodes stealing the spotlight from Sting. Sting saying, oh, this, pretty much saying this looks almost like WCW. That was an amazing segment to Keller. So, at least he realizes that Sasha is an overrated wrestler, to say the least. We've got Dolph Ziggler, and he defeats Montez Ford. He actually got the win with the super kick. We've got some interviews here, backstage. We've got Montez Ford, what the hell's the other guy's name? In Street Profits, I can never remember that guy's name. But anyway, they're doing their promo, and like they're just yelling at the top of their lungs. And okay, I will say this, as I said in my Dynamite review for AEW. As much as they try, I think the Acclaim is 10 times more annoying than Street Profits. Now, it didn't really make me appreciate the Street Profits much, but Street Profits seem a little less annoying compared to what's out there. Because when you have cheap knockoffs, like the Acclaim, you really see, like, okay, so maybe this isn't as bad, because it could be that much worse. Like when people say, oh, it couldn't get much worse. No, it can. Go watch AEW, you'll see how much worse it gets, especially when they start ripping off characters and everything. We've seen this time and time again. They did it with Private Party, and now they're doing it with the Acclaim. So, now we've got two different rip-offs. Now Private Party isn't there anymore. I don't know where they are, if they compete sometimes on AEW Dark or, on their B show. But anyways, Ziggler comes out, and his promo is just like, he made a hair pun. He said it's neither hair nor there, instead of here nor there. Like, could I just say something? Like, Ziggler is so much better than this. They've knocked this guy down so far that I don't even think he cares anymore. Because I don't know if that was the writer's pun or that was his pun, but whatever it was, that can never happen again. I mean, I'm all for fun jokes like that and joking around with friends and family, making lame puns and stuff, because it's funny. But in this context, when we're talking about wrestling, do we really want to see our wrestlers making these lame puns? Is that what we really want to see? Because I'll tell you something, I don't want to see that. Because that was just awful. I mean, you're coming out here ready to have a match, acting all tough, and you're making puns to the other wrestler. Oh, I'm so scared this other guy's making puns. I mean, like, what are they doing? Like, seriously? Anyway, so they have the match, and yeah, Ziggler beats him with the super kick. But during the match, they have the solo cups just like, well, they didn't come from here, but they like shot out of some tube. And he's doing like snow angels in the cups. I'm like, what is the deal with these cups? You know, I understand like they're supposed to be the party boys and everything like that. And I mean, but like, are we supposed to mark out for a bunch of plastic cups? Is this what it's come to, really? Where the cups are just some weird fascination like this? Like we're gonna get over on cups. Like I mean, really? Like, cups? This is what we've got? These guys are screaming and yelling at the top of their lungs. They think that they're funny. They think that they're creating great comedy. I don't know if it's written for them or they're doing it or it's 50-50, but whatever it is, this is just terrible. These guys, like, this character, whatever it's supposed to be, it's like just, there's these party guys that are obsessed with cups and get super excited and starts, you know, rolling around and doing snow angels and cups. There ain't even anything in those cups. There's no alcohol. There's nothing in there. So why is he getting so excited about the mere sight of cups? I don't know, guys. Have you ever walked into your kitchen and just open up your cabinet and you see cups and glasses and dishes and plates? You're like, oh my God, I'm totally marking out. Oh, and then you suddenly run to the silverware drawer and you open that up and oh my God, there's forks, there's knives, there's spoons. Maybe there's a can opener. Oh my God, I'm marking out again. We're marking out over household items. This is supposed to be ironically funny, I'm gonna guess. You know, this is supposed to be something meme-worthy, but it's not worthy, and it's just really bad, and it's stupid, okay? It's stupid. That's the best way I can describe it. It's dumb as fuck. It's a really, really just terribly constructed character, and, you know, the style of humor. I don't know, like, why am I supposed to be enjoying this? Like, I'm supposed to enjoy a ring full of cups. I mean, honestly, like, what am I getting out of this? And Montez Ford, like, I'm sorry, guys. I need to say, it's like, okay, Montez Ford's in shape, but he has the weirdest build ever. He's, like, so lanky and straight with these thin legs. The guy... Like, his body is shaped like Beaker from the Muppets. You know, beep, 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 beep. You know, he'd be more over if he just came out and did that. You know, if we gotta have Muppets in WWE, how about making him into a human Muppet? I won't insult Beaker like that. He's a great Muppet. This guy, I'm not so sure. But, we'll move on here. And we've got Sami Zayn, you know, losing his mind over some t-shirts. You know, he doesn't support this because it's, you know, it's consumerism. So, you know, Big E's, like, out there and, you know, they have a match. And I don't get why Big E is still doing the... You know, why is he still doing the New Day routine? Wearing New Day's faces. Why is he still wearing other men on him? You know, like, this is almost like the Young Bucks wearing Meltzer all over their tights. I mean, just enough. You're a single star. You're on a different show from them. Can we officially break them up? Like, do we always have to have some type of sentimental connection? Like is New Day just that inseparable that, like, sorry, they're not the Road Warriors. They're not the Dudleys. They're not the Hardys. They're not Demolition. They're not the British Bulldogs. I mean, they are like on a list of the greatest tag teams of all time. Would they even be in the top 50? I don't think so. I'm just being perfect. The New Age Outlaws, Edge and Christian. Like, do I need to go, you know, more and more? Like, I'd even put Hurricane and Rosie above them. I mean, La Resistance. I mean, I mean, honestly, like, that's how I truly feel. I am so sick to death of the New Day and New Day references and New Day mannerisms and all this shit. I just wish it would go away. I mean, we'll say that it was over, but it was over with the small audience that they have, which is not truly over when you think about it. So they have the match, and, you know, I like this with Sami Zayn, that Sami is, like, just kind of cunning. He runs underneath the ring. He manages to get Big E counted out. I like the trickster mentality that he's hanging on to the IC title by the skin of his teeth. But they're saying how mad Big E is. But once again, here's Big E. You know, here's Sami Zayn, like 10 feet away from him on the outside of the ring. He's slowly going up the ramp. Big E could chase after him, but what's this invisible barrier? There's these ropes in front of me. I can't progress any further. Like, go out and get him. Like, it just ends awkwardly with Big E just seething in the ring. Ooh, I'll get you next time. But, like, you could get him now and create some exciting TV, but they don't want to do that. You know, these are seriously the same mistakes. This is why I took a break for so long, because these are the same things we have been complaining about for years here on this channel. Go back and watch previous reviews. Watch a review from 2017, 2018, 2019, and we're still saying the same things to this day. And people had the nerve to communicate to me that this product actually improved. I'm sorry. I love you guys, you know, especially the ones I talk to on Facebook and everything, like Jim Jefferson and Sergio Flores and all you great people. You know, but seriously, like, this product has not improved. I just honestly have to say it. There's one or two things. The Roman Reigns character is pretty good. You know, certain things have, like, kind of grown on me to a certain extent. We'll talk about, like, somebody on here that has potential. So anyway, up next we've got Bayley talking about, you know, how she's going to get one over on Bianca Belair. And Belair, like, comes up making faces behind her. Then she finally gets on the mic and she starts reading off her accomplishments on a piece of paper. Pieces of paper. Like that she wrote down on a CVS receipt. Like, not even a C, because a CVS receipt would be super fucking long. These are like little tiny, like, bodega receipts. Like from a deli. Like little tiny receipts. Writing on the back of them for notes. Like, and it was supposed to be funny, but it seems like she couldn't remember her lines. You know, Bianca Belair, she's got a great look to her and everything like that. I mean, the long ponytail is just kind of ridiculous looking. I'm sorry to say, but, like, it really bothers me that big long ponytail. Like, I'm sorry, it just looks stupid to me. Like, don't get me wrong, like, everything on the girl, you know, she looks, you know, like a solid athlete and everything. She's really in shape, but, like, I don't know. I'm listening to her, and this is like another, like, overrated wrestler, really, to say the least. Like, does she need to be back there reading off pieces of paper? Could she not remember her lines? I know I've seen her cut promos before, but, like, I don't know. Like, she couldn't remember her own accomplishments within the past few months. Alright, so we move on. We've got Kevin Owens in the ring, and Roman Reigns is watching on the monitor like he usually does. And, like, I'm not really understanding this with, like, Reigns, like, always watching on the monitor. I mean, isn't that kind of, like, cowardly in a way that he's not coming out there? This is what I understand. I like the character. I like the mentality of Reigns. I like the facial expressions. I like the, you know, I like the overall aura that Reigns now has with this tribal chief gimmick. But there's some lazy ass writing going on here. They're just having him stay in the back. Kevin Owens is cutting promos about the chairs, cutting promos about ladders. He's cutting promos about tables. You know who he reminded me of? I mean, honestly, you know who he reminded me of here? Of Steve Carell and Anchorman. I love lamp. I love chair. I love table. I love ladder. And he's like comparing it to his friends. And like this metaphorical thing just went on too long. It's like, shut the fuck up already. You know something? I've honestly had it up the year already. Just trying to be positive about Kevin Owens' promo skills. That's another thing that's overrated, guys. Like, honestly, like, his delivery, I guess, is okay. But I don't know if this was scripted or whatever it was. But, like, I mean, I'm judging it now, basically. We have to go by the character being presented on the screen. And the fact that people, time and time again, said this was the next Stone Cold. They never said on TV, mind you. Not that I heard anyway. WWE never said anything about Stone Cold, that Kevin Owens was the next Stone Cold. No, that was the internet saying that. People on YouTube, people on the dirt sheets. Apparently, because a guy throws a few punches that don't even look a quarter of the way as good as Stone Cold's punches, and he does a stunner, because no one's ever done another wrestler's move. Samoa Joe, Fat Boy Samoa Joe does a version of a rock bottom, a Uranagi. Does that make him the next Rock? Is he going to go to Hollywood and make a couple of dozen successful movies? Well, does it? Because apparently when you do the same move as somebody, that makes you the next of whatever you're comparing them to. Give me a fucking break already. I am so sick to death of these comparisons. Especially after the Don Callis, Kenny Omega comparison to Bobby the Brain Heenan and Ric Flair from circa 1992. Okay? We've completely jumped the shark. We've not only jumped the shark, we've jumped several sharks. The sharks are on fire. The sharks have spikes, laced with venom, and poison coming out of them. I mean, like, this is just ridiculous. These comparisons. This fat bum. I mean, he looks like a fat bum, for God's sakes, guys. And this is who is wrestling. Just look. Look at Roman Reigns and look at Kevin Owens. How is this a presentable match? Roman Reigns is in shape. He looks like a damn movie star. He looks like $1 million. Kevin Owens is a fat slob who doesn't work out, who's just really mediocre and overrated and should have never been a world champion in the first place. And these guys are having a main event world title match. After these completely awesome Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns matches that I watched on the network, which were, from Clash of Champions and Hell in a Cell. These were beautifully done matches with lots of drama, and they even did a solid job on commentary during these matches. And I don't really see how they decided to go from that to this. And this is why I've said it continuously, guys. Whenever they do something good, whenever the WWE does something positive, they have to do something to fuck it up. It never, ever fails. It's never, ever failed in years. Every single time they got something good going, whatever that may be, they always have to mess it up. Oh, what? Wade Barrett is getting over with a new gimmick that he created? Oh, we got to do something about that. Oh, what? Elias? He's getting a bit too over? Oh, we have to make him lose 1,000 times and have him be aimless on the roster. I mean, oh, what? Zack Ryder is getting over with his internet show? Oh, got to put a stop to that? We got to take over his internet show and then bury him. Like, I mean, quite honestly, it's going around in circles in this company, and look, we've come a few years. They've had this feud in the past, and I remember that's actually when I took a break from wrestling in late 2016 when these guys feuded, and here we go again when they're having it again after I had a pretty extended break from wrestling. Here they are feuding again. It wasn't bad enough the first time. Now the ratings are even lower. Oh, let's see. What do we do here to try to get the rating? Oh, yeah, let's go back to something that didn't work in the first place. What, because Roman has a new character and now Kevin Owens is being compared to Stone Cold? First of all, most of the smarks have already moved on and stopped those comparisons. Just like the cringy Lynch comparisons. They're too busy comparing Kenny Omega to Ric Flair. Gotta just understand to just give up on somebody. What is the point of continuing with Kevin Owens? Focus on building Jey Uso. At least the guy has some worth. At least he knows how to act. At least he knows what he's doing. And at least he don't look like a fat piece of garbage. So anyway, Jey Uso sneaks up from behind. He gets powerbombed through a table because, we just have to finish completely burying that guy. So Kevin Owens walks in the back. Roman Reigns blindsides him. And this is something that I have to talk about, and even Vince Russo has ranted on. You're having this guy talk to the camera. This arena is empty. There's only people being streamed in through video screens. What the hell is going on with the audio? Why am I at my computer putting my volume to 100 so I can hear what Roman Reigns is saying, and I'm sitting right in front of my computer, inches away? What am I sitting maybe a foot and a half away from my computer, and maybe 2 feet or so, right now. So I'm leaning back here in the chair, and so why am I struggling to hear a wrestler talk on a wrestling show when he's cutting a promo? He doesn't have a mic in his hand, but he's standing right in front of the camera, and he's not out there in the ring, so I should be able to hear him. This is WWE. This is a multi-billion-dollar company, right? Don't they have $1 billion to give? Okay, maybe they're not. But even if they were a multi-million-dollar company, they should still be able to fix the damn audio. It's horrendous. I can't even hear the guy. Anyway, so we've got the Riot Squad defeating Billie Kay and Natalya. And I gotta say, I'm really starting to like Billie Kay. I couldn't really find a good clip. First I was like, how did this match even happen? What? I saw Billie Kay show up 2 weeks ago, hand her resume over at the announce table. Then last week she wasn't there. Now she shows up again. So she was on Talking Smack, and there's something very lovable about her. I didn't like her at first, but she's really grown on me, and maybe it's being away from Peyton Royce. But this act is actually she's pretty humorous, I have to say. I like the attitude. Where I don't know, it's very hard to explain with her, but it does come across as charming. She's kind of found the happy medium where she's kind of being annoying, but she's adjusted the character to where she's not too annoying. Where it actually comes off as being quite comical and funny, and she could be a lovable character, but here they are just burying her right away in a match. And I don't know who told Ruby Riott to cut her hair. First of all, guys, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, and I'm sorry if no one really likes this, but when a girl is really not that attractive to begin with, like Ruby Riott, it's probably not a great idea for her to cut her hair that short anyway. Maybe over here, or something like that, maybe into a bob even. But the fact that she has this hair like this, she's got the Karen haircut going on. She's supposed to be a punk rocker. She looks like she's ready to make a complaint at the customer service desk at a Walmart. I mean, seriously, who okayed her to get that haircut? And also, here's the other thing. I was watching Talking Smack, and they've got this thing with Liv Morgan, and they talk about how she turned her life around from depression, and it's a real feel-good story. And I'm genuinely happy for her. She had some problems, she overcame, good for her. You know, but like, she's portraying a heel, and so we're supposed to be sympathetic towards her. Like, can we, like, if you're going to put that documentary out there on the network, and I don't know, it's kind of weird to me that they're doing a documentary on her and they don't even like hold her in higher regard. She's like out there for only 3 minutes. They've never really cared about her before, and all of a sudden, like, oh, let's do a documentary on her. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, there's so many other, like, wrestlers. Like, did they ever do a documentary on Roman Reigns or anything like that? Or any of these other people that, like, are on TV for so many, you know, so long each week? I am just saying, it doesn't make any sense to me, you know, that you, first of all, that she is a baby face, you know, in the documentary, because it's about her life. You're supposed to be sympathetic to her. It's a feel-good story with a happy ending, her getting to live her dream in the WWE, but for some reason, she's a heel on TV. So it's like, how are the fans supposed to respond to her when they see her? You got me there. Anyway, we've got Otis and Chad Gable. And he's not Shorty G anymore, so you know what? It's take number 37 for Chad Gable. Oh, we're going to get him over this time. Oh, we're going to get him over this time. Oh, really? Oh, so let me hear it. Like, how are we going to get Chad Gable over now? You know, like... So, they're going to team him up with Otis. And here's, like... I don't know what happened. Like, Otis had the Money in the Bank. I read that there was some rumors where Vince McMahon soured on Otis for some reason, even though he was... I mean, obviously, if he gave him the Money in the Bank, I don't know what he did. I guess there has to be something there that they took it away and they gave it to The Miz. I don't know how that happens, you know. But now they've decided to team him up with Chad Gable. And now, like, they're the alphas, and, like, the alpha males or whatever. Like, he puts a blindfold over on, you know, on Otis's eyes, and he starts hitting him with stuff. Then they go out to the ring, and then Cesaro and Nakamura beat them. And then after the match, Chad Gable's like, oh, you know, you shouldn't have tagged me in. He says, like, I was testing you. You should have finished the match. And, like, so what is this supposed to be? Like, Otis is blindly following Chad Gable and he's going to make excuses? Like, is that the story here? Like, is this supposed to be the bright idea to get Chad Gable over and to, like, renew Otis's character? Like, honestly, like, why did we... If they weren't that confident in Otis, then why did they give him Money in the Bank and everything like that? Like, I mean, they have no idea what the hell they want to do in this company. Who they want to be their main stars. How was it years ago that they knew who they wanted their main stars to be? They knew that their main stars were going to be Stone Cold, The Rock, Mick Foley, Triple H, Undertaker, you know, Ruthless Aggression Era. They knew that they were going to go with Cena, Batista, and Randy Orton. You know, no questions about it. They stayed consistent with these people. You know, you never saw any of them dropping off and forming tag teams. Yeah, okay, like once in a while you had Rated RKO, but they were always in the main event with Triple H and Shawn Michaels. You know, you didn't see them like doing little tag team matches like with mid-card guys. No, they were always in the main event. So it at least made sense. Like, you wanted to have some fun and team guys up. Fine. But, like, keep them in the main event. This is just a mid-card match with Cesaro and Nakamura, which is a tag team that no one even cares about. Even Sami Zayn doesn't even care about these guys anymore, so he doesn't even interact with them. And the thing is, you just formed a new team. So the gimmick is that they're going to keep losing because Chad Gable doesn't know what he's doing. Like, that's supposed to be the gimmick, that, you know, he's a bad leader. Why would Otis take advice from this guy anyway? He's a jobber. Like honestly, this is a guy who just won Money in the Bank. Why would he take advice from this guy? It was like the thing with, like, Titus O'Neil. Why would anyone take advice from Titus O'Neil? Remember the Titus Worldwide thing? Why would anybody want to be in this guy's group when all he does was lose his matches. It made no sense to me. Then we've got Corbin backstage with the Forgotten Sons. You know, what's his name? Got some heat. Gunner, what was his name? Jace, what was it? Jackson or Jackson Riker? He was Gunner in TNA. He got some heat. He posted the wrong thing on Twitter, and I hear they're gonna release him. So they like shave these guys' faces. What do? They give them some weird outfits. Like, I've never seen this combination of wearing a hoodie with the hood up and a sports coat. Go figure. Like, I don't know, like, who's dressing these guys. Yeah, like, honestly, like, everyone used to just look like $1 million years ago. And these guys are out there wearing hoodies underneath sports jackets. I've never seen that done. There's crazy styles out there. You walk around in Manhattan, you'll see people wearing some weird shit, but you will never see that. Never seen that before. Anyway, Carmella defeated Sasha Banks by disqualification. This actually really wasn't a bad match. I was actually kind of enjoying what I saw. I like Carmella in the ring and everything. Well, anyway, her manservant pulls Sasha Banks off of Carmella. Carmella gets Sasha got mad. She beats down Carmella. She gets disqualified. Then at ringside, they start brawling a little bit, and then Carmella gets the upper hand, and then she broke a champagne bottle across Sasha's back. And I mean, that was okay. Like, you know what I mean? At least the show ended like that. There was a little bit too much with Carmella keeping on saying, like, what was she? She was continuously saying, who do you think you are, Sasha? Who do you think you are, Sasha? Like, kept saying it over and over. I'm like, okay. Then he had the bottle break and they ended it. And Michael Cole just never fails sounding like a goof. What are you, crazy? It was a good spot. I mean, I guess it was a decent way to end the show. I can't say so much for the rest of the show. I mean, just really, like, there's nothing on this show. Kevin Owens cutting promos on furniture is just really not something that gets me too excited. Just, there's nothing worthwhile in this show. I mean, I can't really point to anything that was like, yeah, like Carmella and Sasha, I can't believe I'm saying this, was like probably the best part on the show. It really was. Like, they didn't really give Roman any time to shine. They didn't really do anything with the head of the table tribal chief stuff. Anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed the review. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell so you get all notifications when I post my new videos. And I want to thank all my patrons for your continued support. Thanks for watching again, guys, and I'll see you next time.